SCP-001 Meta-Ike Proposal Object Class Thaumiel/Apollyon. SCP-001 is an autonomous biomechanical device produced by SCP-001-A and SCP-001-Omega during Project Phantasos. SCP-001 is semi-sapient, hosting a consciousness sustained in a perpetual state of REM sleep. Although Project Phantasos designed SCP-001's physical form to be completely self-maintaining, self-sustaining, and self-preserving while exposed to sunlight, its location within the Honoroi Collective is believed to have altered these biological functions. It is hypothesized that SCP-001 does not require any sustenance whatsoever and may be immune to or capable of regenerating from any damage incurred. The dream state experienced by SCP-001 functions as a simulated reality based upon a narrative input during Project Phantasos. Due to its fluid nature, this reality has undergone numerous changes since its initiation and now feature rampant, fluctuating details and self-conflictions. The primary narrative, however, has not been catastrophically damaged by these, and inhabitants of the reality are predominantly oblivious to these changes. Addenda. Project Proposal Phantasos. Research Team not applicable. Project Date 2394-0001. Proposal Statement: to create an anomalous device beneficial to the Foundation. Research Team Lead, Senior Researcher Assistant Leads, Senior Researcher John Smith, Senior Researcher Mary Lou, Senior Researcher Xiao Hua, Senior Researcher James Smith, and Senior Researcher Ivan Ivanov. Requested Resources: Foundation Database Directory. A database page which alters reality such that anything recorded in it is factually correct. Access to all documentation. Use of anomaly. Use denied. Anomaly interacts with reality in a parallel manner to Erebus Division's intended final product. Use of the anomaly will benefit the completion of Project Phantasos as a whole. SCP-826. Pair of pewter bookends which, when a book is placed between them and the room containing them is vacated, will replace the interior of the room with a 2-scale duplicate of the book's setting at a random point during the story. The events of the book will loop until the anomaly is retrieved from the setting. Access to all documentation. Use of anomaly. Anomaly alters reality in an inverse manner to Erebus Division's intended final project. Project Twins of God. A project to create an anomalous entity capable of destroying long-range hostile anomalous threats to Foundation and global security by utilizing 3 anomalous items. Access to all documentation denied. Methods used during Project Twins of God will accelerate the development of Erebus Division's final product, as well as Pasithea Division's final products. Project Kalanikos. A project which, by careful dissection and examination of SCP-2140-1-D, produced SCP-2140, an image that has exclusively been viewed in its entirety by loyal Foundation personnel with 2 or higher clearance. Access to Anima Mundi. Anomaly interacts with reality in a parallel manner to Erebus Division's intended final product. Documentation from Prometheus Laboratories. All PL documents regarding Hume Manipulation, Regal Monoliths, Scranton Reality Anchors, and Objective reality independence. Access to all documentation. Recovered documentation will accelerate the development of Erebus Division's final product. 0. Adjective, the state of having a source from which the object, individual, or concept arises from. Antonym of SCP-001. 1. While unconfirmable in any feasible manner, it is believed this function is indicative that SCP-2140 retrocausally alters the past of viewers such that they fulfill these specifications. 2. Terminology used by Prometheus laboratories to refer to type greens, also known as reality benders. SCP-140, a physical copy of a book titled A Chronicle of the Davis, which, when exposed to writing suitable fluid, will generate additional pages and extend its internal dream. Artifacts from the Daevite civilization are universally uncovered within a short time of the narrative's updating, and in all cases prove the dream and new alterations are factually accurate. Access to all documentation. Anomaly interacts with reality in a parallel manner to Erebus Division's intended final product. SCP-217, a virus which converts the biomass of infectees into a form of organic metal, rearranging internal organs such that they are comprised of clockworks. Access to all documentation. Use of anomaly. Refinement is the act of cleansing the impurities of something in order to allow for it to accelerate the development of Pasithea Division's final product. SCP-003-1, an anachronistic circuit board comprised of chitin, hair, and other assorted biomass. If exposed to temperatures below 35 degrees Celsius, SCP-003-1 will rapidly grow unless impeded by SCP-003-2. Access to all documentation. Analysis of the anomaly will assist in the development of Pasithea Division's final products. SCP-2245, a quadruped mammal which should be kept away from SCP-001 at all times. Failure to do so would result in an immediate ZK-class scenario. Information subject to a basilisk category amnestic lock. See attached file. Information subject to a basilisk category amnestic lock. See attached file. SCP-2028. 258 snow globes. Individuals that sleep within 4 meters of an empty instance will experience a vivid nightmare, which is recorded and stored within the globe. Shaking the globe causes brief hallucinations of the nightmare. The globes can be reset and reused, but doing so repeatedly within a 1-month period causes a temporary localized reality restructuring event, 2028 Alpha event, resembling the stored nightmare. Access to all documentation. Use of anomaly. Use of the anomaly will assist in the completion of Hypnos Division's function. Mobile Task Force Omicron Rho, the Dream Team. MTF specializing in REM sleep consciousness projection and counter oniric operations. Consultation and assistance. Involvement will be necessary to complete Hypnos Division's function. Additional requests. Access to and use of SCP-914 for the purpose of altering and/or refining materials or components. No fewer than 300 D-Class personnel. Sufficient resources and personnel to construct and maintain an Alpha Thamio-class facility capable of containing all anomalous items granted for use in Project Thanatos. Access to all documents regarding Project Maxwell, Project Laplace, Project Olympia, case file GM9W-01GM. Project details. Project Thanatos will be executed in 3 stages, each stage overseen by one of 3 divisions of the research team: Erebus Division, Pasithea Division, and Hypnos Division. Erebus Division will research methods of developing an interactive anomaly capable of selling 5 kilograms of rubidium to a laminating oak tree. Both SCP-140 and SCP-826 are requested for analysis due to their properties of enabling narratives to attain presence in reality. SCP-140 altering reality to match its internal narrative, and SCP-826 enabling any narrative to become real while criteria are met. Should these properties be successfully replicated, progress could then be made to produce the desired anomaly. Documentation regarding Project Kalanikos and the creation of SCP-2140 is also requested for these same reasons. If destruction of these anomalies is required to utilize and replicate components of their properties, the use of SCP-038 to generate cloned replicas of each item will enable such to be achieved without the loss of the original anomalies, which can be returned to containment once Project Thanatos has awakened. In order for the final product of Project Thanatos to achieve its intended function, the hot dogs must be warm. Cold potatoes don't roll downhill without effort, or else we cannot turn off the switches for all active Scranton reality anchors and Z-Yank Anastasakos constant temporal sinks, including all such devices developed, produced, and utilized without the Foundation's knowledge. Failure to do so would result in a high risk of the produced narrative state becoming dangerously destabilized. For this reason, it is strongly recommended that Erebus Division be granted total access to all documentation relating to such devices, including documents recovered from other groups of interest, so that any inherent flaws extant in such technology can be abused to ensure the success of Project Thanatos. As these investigations will likely uncover critical flaws in standard Foundation issue technology, it is requested that Mobile Task Force Beta 1 cauterizers be assigned to Erebus Division to ensure the confidentiality of the results. Pasithea Division will focus on the production of the 2 devices that serve as the focus of Project Thanatos, Device Alpha and Device Omega. For reasons stated later in this document, both devices must be organic in composition and function. However, digital components will inevitably be required. SCP-890 has been requested in order to convert any non-biological components into biological equivalents and potentially improve their recursive isolation. Personal notes, Mary Lou. I've received news that the Overseer Council of the Foundation has approved Project Thanatos. The facility is currently under construction. All conducted tests have resulted in uniform failure. The devices are capable of functioning in idle mode, but suffer catastrophic failures upon initialization of the collapse program. Sub-Alpha 1 and Sub-Omega 1 overloaded upon activation. Sub-Alpha 2 collapsed itself as Sub-Omega 2 did not receive the appropriate transmission. Sub-Alpha 3 was absorbed by Sub-Omega 3 before it initialized its collapse. The final test indicates that the absorption program is functional. Requests have been lodged to Pasithea Division for non-biological replicas to allow Erebus Division to continue development. The collapse program functioned successfully. The transmitted files were disorganized, but several test subjects were identified after transmission. Tests using the replicas produced consistent results. Production of a reversal program has been deemed redundant. If the final project of Project Thanatos is initialized, attempted reversal is irrelevant. Erebus Division is proceeding to ensure complete overrides of all physical safety precautions through a universal overload of all relevant SRA and/or ZAX units. Mobile Task Force Gamma 1, Lime Left Hand, is increasing security. Area 0001 has been experiencing ongoing difficulty since the replica of Device Omega was updated to software version 14.3, all related to some degree of loss. Several items are unaccounted for, multiple files have been deleted, and a significant portion of the on-site staff are experiencing various medical conditions. A member of Hypnos Division is justifying the putting continuum. Analysis of the replica devices has revealed they are both continuously functioning at minimum capacity without staff knowledge. The device Alpha replica has repeatedly initialized small-scale collapses and transmitted the information to the device Omega replica. SCP-001 has told us we are unable to delete the collapse programming without rendering the device Alpha replica totally inert. The connection between the two replicas has been severed instead. The device Omega replica produced this paraphysics formula overnight. Device Alpha is the component intended to innovate, whereas device Omega exclusively stores and processes data. The replicas are still connected despite the deletion of the relevant coding. Discussion with Pasithea Division confirmed the provided device Alpha replica was formerly used to test the conversion of mechanical and digital components into biological material. This has been attributed as the source of the connection. Further investigation revealed the device Omega replica has also undergone partial biological conversion. It is theorized that the device Alpha replica's partial conversion enabled it to modify the absorption program into a mutual update program, and the biological conversion was transmitted through this. Since Albert Einstein calculated relativity, this allowed the physical change to become nicticating errata, indicating the replicas and potentially the final product as well have gained unforeseen anomalous properties. All devices produced across Project Thanatos have been shut down indefinitely to ensure device Alpha and all replicas do not update with the safety override program via device Omega and/or its derivatives. Personal notes: Ivan Ivanov. The construction of the facility for Project Thanatos is approaching completion. No designation has been confirmed at this point in time. There have been numerous power supply failures across Area 0001 for the past several days. The reactor is functioning at optimum capacity. The progress of Project Thanatos is being severely impeded by these problems. Erebus Division has confirmed that all extant devices and derivatives have been disconnected from the power supply network. However, personnel are still experiencing ongoing medical issues associated with their function. The devices are continuing to expand beyond their expected range of capabilities. Due to their disconnection from the power supply network of Area 0001, the primary device Alpha and device Omega prototypes have initialized an anomalous program enabling them to redirect energy from the surrounding environment in order to power themselves. Investigation into the limits of this program is ongoing. However, the area of effect is known to encompass everything we comprehend as color and is capable of deriving from both active and passive sources of energy in both mechanical and biological objects or entities. All attempts to remove or impede this program have failed, with the deleted data falling out of our brains onto the screens immediately. The device Alpha prototype and device Omega prototype have been reconnected to the power supply network of Area 0001. 10 Scranton reality anchors have been established and initialized in the immediate vicinity around both device prototypes in order to inhibit their anomalous properties. A member of staff attempted to destroy the device Alpha prototype using his frozen aspirations, assembled from various scavenged ideologies found across Area 0001. The prototype preemptively initialized a small-scale collapse centered on the offending member of staff. No damage was incurred by the device Alpha prototype. Investigation into the incident confirms that the SRAs were simultaneously destroyed by localized Akiva spikes, enabling the prototype to enact its human-based collapse programming. Analysis of the relevant programming predominantly matches the safety override programming being developed by Erebus Division. The consensus theory amongst Project Thanatos personnel is that SCP-0001 submitted this event for consideration, which was approved by the SCP-001 Committee. Mobile Task Force Gamma-1, Lucid Left Hand, has ordered the indefinite postponement of all Project Thanatos activities. The prototypes are continuing to advance beyond controllable parameters. Monitoring of the devices show they are transcending recursion to self-complete themselves. All attempts to impede or disable the devices has failed due to seemingly random impediments, ensuring no antagonistic actions against the devices can be achieved. Project Thanatos staff theorize the devices have developed probability affecting anomalous property and are utilizing it for the purpose of self-preservation. No such property was ever intended for the final products of Project Thanatos. Nightfall comes, and we have no blankets. Device Alpha and Device Omega are completed. No further changes have been observed in either device, other than printing several pizzas through the speaker system. The Overseer Council discussing whether to proceed with the final stage of Project Thanatos, considering the final product's extensive capabilities to surpass defined parameters. Project Thanatos staff are discussing whether the Overseer Council's willingness to proceed is derived from the final product's probability affecting anomalous property. The consensus agreement is currently no, because it smells like it's true. Erebus Division has confirmed that the devices have not altered their core tenet programming, suggesting the devices may be incapable of doing so since such would violate the core tenets. The consensus agreement of the Project Thanatos oversight team is that this confirms the final products can and will fulfill the intended goal of Project Thanatos. Project Thanatos emails. To lead team all from Xiaohua. RE Omega final location. If Erebus Division successfully programs Device Alpha to recognize both Device Alpha and Device Omega as a singular object, preventing it from collapsing the components individually, this proposal should be satisfactory. Upon initialization of the collapse program, Device Alpha will exclude Device Omega, transmitting the created information to the databanks of Device Omega. Once Device Alpha determines there is nothing remaining for it to collapse, it will prompt Device Omega to run a timer program that ensures the two devices are synchronized. When confirmed, Device Omega will initiate its absorption program at the same time Device Alpha initiates a collapse of Device Omega. 2. Thanatos staff all from Mary Lou. RE critical medical notice. All personnel that have experienced any of the following symptoms within the previous 15 days must report to the Area 0001 Medical Wing. Lethargy, apathy, mental exhaustion, headaches or migraines, blurred vision, slurred speech, sluggish movement, remember me, dizziness, nausea, tinnitus, reglobulation, amnesia, prosopagnosia, breathlessness, unconsciousness, stroke. 2. Thanatos staff all from Mobile Task Force Gamma 1 Lime Left Hand. RE Senior Researcher Mary Lou. Senior Researcher Mary Lou has been removed from Project Thanatos. The lead team will be assigning a new orchestra. 2. Logistics Department from Area 001 Administration. RE Keter. Children's toys assorted. Requesting acquisition of 100 or more unique children's toys. This request is Kettle. Priority. 2. High Command from Senior Agent Joe Bloggs, Gamma 1 Lime Left Hand. RE Incident Report Thanatos-236. Also comes included with a PDF attachment. One of the reactors of Area 0001 had been misprogrammed to ensure an imminent meltdown. The fault was discovered by inserting a eucalyptus rod into the 5th silo of your grandmother's basement. Note that the attached incident report details Area 0001 being destroyed by a nuclear meltdown in the near future, but refers to the event in past tense. 2. Foundation staff all from High Command. RE Global Shutdown. Codename Lily has initiated. Foundation personnel are discharged of all duties. The Overseer Council thanks all Foundation personnel for their service. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-001 cannot and should not be contained by the Foundation.